to House of Paign Media Day. House of Paign is a first-year TBT participant Illinois alumni team featuring 5 players from the University of Illinois. They will play their first game on July 4th at 8 p.m. against the number 17 seed War Tampa, an Auburn-centric roster on ESPN. Joining us are several members of the House of Paign team today. We'll be starting off with head coach / GM Mike LaTulip. We'll let Mike kind of give an opening statement here, and then we'll open the floor for questions. If anyone would like to ask a question, please use the hand raise function, and we'll get to everyone in an orderly fashion. Mike, anything to say to open things up?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys virtually coming out. We're excited to be here. We're excited to finally get here. We've taken the court a couple times. We obviously love what we have with this team, and we're excited to get out there on Saturday.
You kind of just take us through the roster a little bit, what everyone on this team, both the Illinois and non-Illinois guys, bring to this team.
Yeah, it's been a nice mix. Honestly, when we were constructing this roster, we wanted to make sure that, all the Illinois guys, they know each other, but the guys that we're bringing in from outside Illinois, we want to make sure, one, that they're high character guys, two, that that they know the game, can think the game. And so for those other guys, for Kyle Vanalis and for Mike Dom and for Billy Garrett, those were all guys that we really thought fit what we wanted to do. And then it just goes without saying that the Illinois guys that we have, Andres Feliz, Michael Finke, Nana Egwu, Malcolm Hill, Leron Black, all of them, they know each other, they're familiar with each other. But we've really, really been excited at how quickly these guys have meshed.
Kind of walk people through, for those who don't know, sort of life in the bubble right now, kind of getting in here and what you guys have been doing the past couple of days since your arrival.
Yeah, so we all showed up on the 29th on Monday. And once you enter the bubble, you test immediately. And there's a 24-hour, or at least when your test results come back, isolation period that you are in your room. When we all arrived, we did not see each other until those test results came back. And so obviously, as you could imagine, once we did get the test results, it was great to see everybody. We got to take the court last night, get up and down a little bit. And I think these guys were obviously excited to get back to playing basketball in a team setting as well.
Again, for anyone who would like to ask questions, please use the hand raise function, and we'll get to each and every one of you. Walk us through a little bit of your first matchup against War Tampa, some of the guys that are of interest, you're kind of looking to match up against, and sort of the general game plan there.
Yeah, I mean, War Tampa, what they do have is they do have offensive firepower. A lot of college basketball fans in recent years, they know Fletcher McGee, they know Bryce Brown, Horace Spencer was also a part of that Auburn Final Four team, and there's a lot of other guys to key in on too. Obviously Bryce and Fletcher shoot the ball tremendously well. We want to find ways to limit their production on offense, and but at the end of the day, we want to make it about us and make sure that we have our house in order as well. No pun intended, I guess, on that one, but yeah, it's a tremendous team, War Tampa, and it's definitely a challenge here out of the gates. But with a 24-team field, that's what you expect. So yeah, like I said, when we tip off 8 p.m. Eastern, we got a heck of an opponent, but we'll be ready.
First question here from Scott Ritchie. Scott, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
What's going on, Scott?
I guess you did a lot of prep on Zoom. In terms of offense and defense, like we've talked about. What was it like to get on the court, maybe see this team together? What did you kind of see, as they got a chance to play for the first time?
Especially today. Last night was more kind of getting up and down and doing some 5-on-0 stuff and making sure that they just, really just got their wind. I know a lot of them have kind of been in isolation and, so making sure that they get their win, we get some shots up. We wanted to keep it short and light, but today we got after it and implemented some plays and the stark contrast that I've realized is you're dealing with pros. These are all professional basketball players, so the learning curve and how quickly they pick things up, how quickly they bought in. is something that I kind of realized right off the bat. And obviously it makes my job easier where if I drop a play, I mean, they get it instantaneously. And for a guy that maybe, doesn't have it figured out initially, they help him out and we have that rectified. So it's been awesome to see them come together and even guys that frankly didn't know each other before we came out of isolation, just really embracing the fact that they're teammates and that we all kind of have one common goal.
Scott, any other questions?
Yeah, sure. I guess from a basketball standpoint, now that you've maybe seen this group together, what do you kind of feel is going to be the strength of this team, just in terms of getting out there and up and down the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that sticks out, and the one thing that as we were putting together this team that we wanted to compile guys that are just tough, man. You have to have that in this single elimination tournament. And have guys that can also, keep an even keel as well. It's in a single elimination tournament, there's moments where guys can get tight. Maybe the other team goes on a run. So everybody we have on this team, they're extremely, extremely level-headed. They play hard. But another thing that you realize is we can put the ball in the basket. I mean, we have a lot of guys that have a background scoring the basketball, and the beauty of it is every guy on this team wants the other guy to be successful. Truly, I know every, that sounds like coach speak, and I know everybody says it, but I was just so pleased to see these guys just even today, how bought in they are, not only for the team, but for the other guys as well.
Anything else, Scott?
Yep. Thanks, Scott.
Again, if you want to ask a question, please use the hand raise function, and we'll get to each and every one of you. Mike, what do you think is going to be sort of the key in dealing with the Elam ending for the first time? What is the stuff you guys are preparing for and trying to walk through to get ready for that?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that, quite frankly, you can't just walk in and assume that it's just a minor change to the game and that you're going to have it all figured out. So we've strategized. We want to find ways to not be the team that's just relying on chucking threes at the end to get to that target score. I don't want to give away too much of what we'll be doing in the Elam ending, but we have a plan in place. We've talked to the guys about it, and if it gets down to that, you need to have that stuff repped and not just doing it for the first time when you get out there. So yeah, it's something we'll implement in the practice and make sure that everybody's on board and knows kind of what we're thinking.
The support from the Illinois fan base throughout this process, and as well as the program, what has that been like to have their backing?
It's no surprise, that's for sure. I knew once we put together this team and once we got into this tournament, that the Illinois fans would buy in and why wouldn't you? I mean, seeing some of these guys, I mean, Andres Feliz, a guy that didn't get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament this year. You fast forward a couple months later and here he is playing on ESPN in the orange and blue again. I think that's pretty neat. And Malcolm Hill, Nana, Leron, Finke, all these guys that had great Illinois careers are able to come back out here and play. And it's even cool to see some of these other guys like Billy Garrett and Mike Dom and Kyle Vanalis. And I know Illinois fans may not be as familiar with them, but they're great players in their own right. So yeah, the fan base has just been incredible. And like I said, I'm not surprised. And as this thing continues to grow and as we, hopefully come back year after year, it's really going to be something that I think Illinois fans are continuing to look forward to in these summer months.
Question here from Nico. Go ahead, Nico.
Hey, Mike, I know you've had the chance to play with a lot of the guys on this roster, and even the guys that you haven't. Who's the guy who's maybe kind of impressed you just in maybe where their game has come since the last time you've maybe gotten to see them play in person?
Yeah, this may sound crazy, but Malcolm Hill, and it's not just everybody knows. I mean, Malcolm Hill's the third all-time scorer in Illinois history, but just how much he's matured. I really, I couldn't be more proud of him, his buy-in to this whole process. Because look, I mean, when you're a guy like Malcolm Hill, you're going to have guys on the team that look to you. And, a lot of times since we've been here, I mean, Malcolm is just his energy, just how his positive energy and helping guys out and, like I mentioned, his buy-in. Like I've been really, really just impressed with him. Andres Feliz is another guy that I didn't get a chance to play with him at Illinois. Obviously, I've watched him this past few years. I mean, you can't help but love the guy's game and how tough he is and how hard he plays. So seeing that live in practice has been awesome. And then also, you look at Leron and Finke and Nana and what they've always done in their career is be awesome teammates. They're all skilled in their own rights. They play hard, and that's what we've seen since they've been here as well. So I'm not surprised there. But yeah, no, it's every little guy has given something that I think is like, man, that's a little bit different than the last time I was teammates with you in a positive way. So we're excited about that.
Nico, anything else?
That's it for me. Thanks.
Thanks, Nico.
All right, Mike, any sort of final thoughts on what the team can expect and a message for Illini fans before your game on July 4th?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm kind of saying it ad nauseum. We're excited to go out there. I know the 4th of July, it's going to be it's always an exciting time as it is, but being able to watch some Illini basketball, prime time on ESPN doesn't get much better than that. So we appreciate all your support, media. You guys have been awesome, fan base, everybody, and in year one, that's so important trying to get this thing off the ground. And I got to give a shout out here to the TBT as well. They've done an incredible job in terms of protocol and making sure that everybody not only can easily follow the directions, but that everybody feels safe. And I think everybody feels that. And yeah, we're looking forward to getting out there on Saturday, and I appreciate you guys coming out.
No more final questions for Mike. We'll let him go, and we'll bring in Andres Feliz.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
All right, we are now joined by Andres Feliz, recently graduated senior from Illinois. Andres, just kind of tell us your thoughts here before we open things up for questioning, just how excited you are to play TBT.
I'm super excited, 1 month to play with Illinois' jersey in front of my chest, since it went down that way in March. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to the March Madness. I'm super excited, to come to be in this team, play with, some of the guys that already played in the past for Illinois and some of the guys that come from the outside. Just being here, this was supposed to be 64 teams. We only had 24, and we're in it. So I'm super excited to be here and looking forward for the first game.
The fact that you never really had an NCAA tournament, you didn't get to experience that as a senior. Do you feel like this almost kind of replaces it? You kind of get your own March Madness with Illinois in July?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's kind of similar because it's, single elimination. Feel as you go home. So we just obviously got to take care of business and, prepare the most that we can to be ready for our first game.
Got a question here from Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Andres. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah. Obviously, 4 months ago, Illinois season comes to an abrupt end. What has that time been like for you where you didn't get a chance to play in the Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament, and then it was kind of all just over?
Yeah, it was difficult at first, sometimes we have to understand that, God doing this for a reason. So I just look at it on the positive way, trying to stay safe and, because it was hard, really hard around the world. So, the fact that we still healthy and, still alive. And all we can do is pray for our family, to stay safe. And unfortunately, we couldn't go to the March Madness. It was really hard for me, especially because it was my senior year. So to me, just, trying to look forward and then have another opportunity being here.
I mean, you didn't get a chance to play with any of those other guys at Illinois. So what have you kind of learned about them, about their games? What's it been like, getting to know, this group?
They got more experience, so that's something that I'm going to learn from them. Looking for my first year as a pro. So that's something I'm going to try and learn as much as I can from them, and I'm going to go from there.
So,
Maybe Scott was trying to ask you a question.
I'm sorry.
Scott, do you have another question you wanted to ask?
yeah, just one more. How's your game right now, Andres? Have you been able to keep up with it in the last 4 months?
Oh yeah. I was down in Kentucky. I was able to stay a little bit in shape, run in and have I was shooting in the park. So I feel good. Just being here early. I think it will help us a lot too. So.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question here from Joey Wagner. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Andres, hope you're doing well. I guess what was the process of getting involved with this team? Were you surprised to hear from them? How did this all kind of line up for you?
To me, yeah, it was surprising because you imagine, we have a lot of Illinois alumni that I got out in the past few years, and I'm one of them to be here in the team, and I'm super excited, and I'm looking forward to play with this guy, and show and represent the Illinois nation.
Was it tough to kind of gel with these guys, given you haven't really been able to see them? And in terms of on the court, how do you guys feel like you're coming along?
We here in the same path, we're trying to get, we have one goal that is, win it all. And we know what we have to do to get in the same page and work as a team. It's kind of, everybody at this point, everybody's a pro. So we kind of understand and, everybody knows the sacrifices that they have to do, to be able to accomplish our goal.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks.
Next question here from Nico. Go ahead, Nico.
Hey, Andres, I'm sure you had, you've got plans to play basketball at the next level. Did you think that after the way the tournament ended that the next time you'd be taking the court was going to be in the orange and blue again? And kind of what's the feeling to get to wear, an Illinois jersey once again?
At first I wasn't thinking, but it's super exciting, to stay and still wear the orange and blue. That's something that I always want to, keep up for the rest of my life because, I'm Illinois for life, So that's something that I'm really excited about. And like I said, I'm looking forward to play with this guy that I know we want to give it on the court.
What have you kind of taken from, getting to meet some of these guys who you didn't get a chance to play with while you were at Illinois, but do they kind of embody that same, maybe mindset that you kind of learned while playing for the Illini?
Definitely. Also their experience, they have their little, they went and play overseas for a while, so they obviously have more experience than I do. But that's something, like I say, I'm really open to learn and hear from them, and any piece of advice that they have to give me. That's what I'm here to learn and listen to them because they've been through it. So I'm here to just learn and be part of their team, and I'm happy to be part of the team with them.
Thanks, Andres.
Thank you.
Next question from WCIA. Go ahead.
Hi, Andres. This is Marley Weirda. I'm wondering, do you have an individual goal for yourself for this tournament as far as your game or maybe even your mental growth?
Oh no, it's all about the team. I'm focused on the team first, and if we have a good run in this tournament, we all gonna give out. We're gonna eat basically from it. So I'm not focusing on my personal achievement. So I'm basically just looking to win as a team, and that's what's really matter for me.
Do you feel like at Illinois you accomplished goals as a team, and do you feel like you can continue that in a way here in the TBT and still being in the orange and blue, even if you didn't maybe finish what you guys were able to start this season?
Definitely. You know, we accomplished a lot of great things. Like obviously, we was in the March Madness, and you know, we was looking forward to to go to the Big Ten tournament and win it all like we was supposed to. And like I said, I'm trying to bring that same energy and saying experience and that momentum that really stopped for 4 months now. But I'm trying to bring that momentum, that experience that I was having and the team was having. So.
And just curious, have you been back home to the DR at all? Have you heard from your family there, or do you have any plans to go back home sometime soon?
So I have not left the U.S. yet, but like yeah, I'm looking forward to leave. I'm done here. To get my family and just spend time with them before I go to my next chapter.
Thanks, Andres.
Thank you.
Next question here from Jeremy Werner. Let's take a couple more questions, and then we'll let Andres go and bring Malcolm Hill. Go ahead, Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead.
Zone.
Must be having some technical difficulties. We'll come back to Nico here, who still has his hand raised. We'll try and get to Jeremy in a second. Go ahead, Nico.
I just forgot to put it down. That's my bad.
All right, let's come back to Jeremy one more time. Hopefully he has his audio fixed. Jeremy, you have a question for Andres?
Probably has some audio issues. It's okay.
Hopefully he can send it in through the chat, and we'll give him an opportunity to get it in here before Andres goes. Andres, if you guys were able to win TBT, what do you think you would do with your portion of the $1 million?
I think I will take it all back home and just help people, that were affected by this coronavirus, and trying to help the most that I can, and from my family and outside of my family as well.
Okay, we'll take one final question for Andres if anyone has it. Otherwise, we will let him go here. All right, Andres, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We'll bring in Malcolm Hill. Oh, hold on, we might have one more question.
Okay.
I got it. Jeremy sent it into the chat.
Okay.
How does he approach this as a showcase for his pro career?
First is just, trying to win it all as a team. And, hopefully we can make it deeper on this tournament. I'm going to go from there and use the experience from this just play on our team and the opposite team, the level of competition. Everybody feels a pro, so I'm going to use that, to learn and use that the rest of my career.
Have you heard from any pro teams during this?
My agent's talking to a few teams, but that's all I can say.
All right. Oh, one more. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. He's good to go. Thank you, Andres. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Now joining us, Malcolm Hill, House of Paign. Malcolm, just a quick opening statement on your excitement playing TBT for the first time and representing Illinois.
I'll say I'm really – where should I look? Should I look at just straight to the camera? Okay. I'll say I'm excited just because I get to hang out with a group of guys, meet some new people, rekindle some relationships, and just have fun. I'm not really too worried about the prize money or anything. That's not the main goal. The main goal is just to build relationship, build character, get better on and off the court, of course, and just have fun.
Talk about these past couple of days at the bubble. Reunite with some Illinois guys, getting to learn some of your new teammates. What's kind of the process been like for you guys?
It's been a long study. We've been communicating, getting things together for about a month now. Tulip has done a great job just getting everything organized, making sure we're all got the same mindset, same goal. We have strategies, and I think Tulip has done a great job of just organizing everything. So I think we feel really good going into it.
From what Mike has told me, it seems like he's really tried to build this team around you. What has he done to sort of push you and kind of get you ready to sort of take that lead role for this team?
Just stay ready. I mean, just me personally, I've just been, staying upbeat, doing stuff at home while during the COVID stuff to where, I made sure that I was ready. And I think when me and him talk a lot, I think we talk about how we can get people in their best spots because, not anything cocky or anything, but I'm going to be okay. And the main thing is I just want everybody on the team to be comfortable to be able to play to their best potential because I think we have a lot of great pieces and a lot of weapons. And if we're able to utilize everybody to the best of their ability and their talent within the system, I think we have a chance to do a really good job.
Gordon Boyd asks, what's the biggest difference between senior year Malcolm and 2020 Malcolm? How have your skills game changed?
On the basketball court or off the court?
I would think on the basketball court.
On the basketball court? Okay, yeah, a lot of people think I'm the same kid off the court. But on the basketball court, I'll say I'm more charismatic and more confident, and I like to get people going and to let people, let them know they're doing a good job. And if they make a mistake or something, I know it's okay because we all make mistakes and stuff like that. So I guess being a vocal leader, I've always talked, but I'll say I'm a little bit more charismatic.
Scott Ritchie has a question. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Malcolm. I guess I'm curious.
Illinois media, I miss you guys. What's going on?
Yeah, same, man. I'm curious, what's Mike like as a coach? Can you give me the lowdown on Michael LaTulip, basketball coach?
He's great. The reason why I say he's great is because he's not too tight about the situation, but at the same time, he structured everything to where everybody's aligned. He does a great job communicating with people, like with the whole COVID says. He made sure everybody got the test done. He made sure everybody got here in time. Like he's very structured in how he does things. And he communicates his ideas through everybody too. So I think he's done a great job as a coach in my mind. I have no complaints about it.
I guess maybe one other thing for me, what was the process like just to get to Columbus? Doing the test at home and then obviously getting tested when you got there and you're going into quarantine for a short time.
Yeah, well, just the tests. You just get the package mailed in, and then, do the joint, drop it off at UPS. Did that 3 times, and then when we got here, I drove here, and once I got here, we had to take another test, and then we checked in. We had to stay quarantined until we got the results back, and they make sure we have rules and guidelines. They make sure we have gloves when we got to the hotel, have our mask on, stuff like that. So, just this whole procedure, they've just been very, very, very wary and just careful and cautious about making sure this is very, very, this is safe for everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, Malcolm.
Oh, thank you.
Question here from Gavin Good. Go ahead, Gavin.
Hey, Malcolm, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Just looking at the field and some of the players you guys could possibly face, is there any team or any player in particular that you want to get a shot at in this tournament?
Yeah, my boy Vito Brown. I didn't even know he was in the tournament. Vito, he played for Wisconsin. We're the same class. I'm not on social media at all, so I have no idea who's up here. But I did see Vito. We cross paths, and I kind of want to play. Oh, and Brandon, of course. Brandon, Paul, and Ethan. Yeah, so I'll say those 3. It'll be pretty fun to go against them. And just because, I love competing, especially against friends. Because these are the type of memories that we can talk about later on, especially bragging rights. Man, bragging rights is everything. I'm kind of losing one right now with Finke, but we might cross paths again one day. So, yeah, I'll say Vito, Brandon, and Ethan.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a question here from Nico. Go ahead, Nico. Oh, hold on, I got to give Nico talking permission. Go ahead, Nico.
Hey, Malcolm, what is the excitement like for you to get to wear an orange and blue jersey again? And I'm sure you saw the mock-up when it came out yesterday. What did you think of the jerseys themselves?
I think it's just really fun. It kind of gives me, what's the word, nostalgia? Is that how you said it? Yeah, I'm not the smartest cat. Yeah, it kind of gives me nostalgia just being able to represent Illinois, just because, especially the fact that we're going to be the only sport playing, so the whole nation is going to be paying attention. I mean, it's just going to be awesome just talking with the guys, especially like talking to Nana earlier, just talking about the time, just how fast time goes by after college. Like, it kind of just flies by. So to kind of bring it back to the past and represent this orange and blue, it's awesome like always, even though I feel like I represent them everywhere I go. So this isn't anything new to me. I'm just putting on a jersey that's orange and blue. I rep Illinois. I was repping Illinois when I was in Kazakhstan. So, and the jerseys, I mean, the jersey's clean. I like the jerseys. But, you know, it's going to look that much cleaner when we win. So that's kind of the only thing I'm focused on, honestly, is winning. Hey, Andres.
You got any other questions for Malcolm?
No, that's good. Thanks, Malcolm.
Yeah, thank you.
Question here from Gordon Boyd. Go ahead, Gordon. Gordon, if you could just unmute yourself.
I didn't know I could talk. This is so much better than texting in. I apologize. I'm learning. Hey, Malcolm, I got a question for you. I know you're a humble guy, so you're not going to talk about your own, prowess as a scorer, but who are the primary scorers going to be on this team? What are the different types of roles that you envision everybody embodying here or embracing?
Honestly, I couldn't even answer that question. I mean, I haven't really thought about who's going to be the scorer or anything. I will say this, though, our best defensive player is going to be Nana. I say that with the full confidence because I remember every time, defense broke down back in college, Nana saved us every time, or most of the time. Can't say every time. That's a lot of pressure. But, with that being said, other than that, I mean, we've just been focused on, how people can play the best of their abilities in the system. And, we could have a different leading scorer every time. Our leading scorer could be, could score not as many points the next game. I mean, that's how confident I am with these group of guys. And like I said, Tulip did a great job, just the system and the plays and just getting everything organized. I mean, scoring is only so little of the game that, I couldn't answer that question. I'm sorry.
All right. Take a question now from WCIA. Go ahead.
Hey, Malcolm, it's Marley Weirda. I know when I talked to you at the beginning of this whole quarantine, you said you were kind of taking your time and enjoying the time at home, but now are you maybe just itching to get back on the court and return to some sense of normalcy and playing basketball?
No, I'm not itching at all. I just been staying patient because, it's going to happen. It's going to come. I literally take the day by the day. Like, I look forward to every single day that I wake up, and whenever that day comes where we're playing, I'm gonna be excited for that. Like, these days have been normal to me. I just been finding ways to normalize it, and it's gonna be, of course, really exciting getting back to playing on the court, especially with these group of guys. But right now, I've been focused on just how can we put guys in the best position and make the most out of, their abilities.
Thanks, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Any final questions for Malcolm here before we let him go?
Don't be shy.
Malcolm, one more question.
Oh, we got one more?
One more from
All right, bet.
All right, Malcolm, I think I put on 20 pounds and you lost 20 pounds since I last saw you. So what did you do?
What I do, you want to know what I did specifically?
Yeah, how'd you do it? You look great.
Well, when I first got home from Kazakhstan, I decided to go vegan just to try to change things up and make myself uncomfortable to the point where I kind of wanted to, push myself, do other body practices. So I kind of pushed myself to be so uncomfortable that I got used to being uncomfortable because you can only grow when you're uncomfortable. So, and that just happened to end up me losing like 30 pounds since the season. So, just anymore. like I said, when I first got home, I was about to better myself as a human being, honestly.
Have you noticed your explosiveness? Is that different from when you were in the orange and blue?
Yeah, sure. And I feel like I'm a whole different type of basketball player. Because I changed so much off the court, it kind of fell over on the court too. So it's not something I can really explain. You just kind of have to hang around and see me. I mean, my friends and family, they can tell you that, I'm different. Yeah, you can look at Finke, LaTulip. They know I'm not the same kid from college. Is that right?
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. A final word for Malcolm for Illinois fans. A little message for them before you depart on what they can expect, and asking for their support for your first game.
Well, I'm not going to ask for support. I hope they support us from the jump. No, but any message? Just expect us to have fun. I mean, it's a great opportunity because we have the whole world watching us, and the fact that we can represent. I mean, just expect us to have a lot of fun, and ILL. They know what to say after that. I hope.
All right. Thank you, Malcolm, for your time. We're going to get Leron Black in here momentarily.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Leron Black now joining us here from his hotel room. Leron, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. Leron, just a little bit of an opening statement here on your excitement to play in TBT for the first time and to play with this Illinois team.
What'd you say?
Your excitement to play in TBT this summer and being with the Illinois team. Your just general thoughts on playing in TBT.
Oh man, I'm excited to be here playing in the TBT for sure, but definitely more excited to be around some of my old teammates, to see the guys that I was playing with when I was in college. I'm just excited to be able to be here.
Talk us through your preparations coming into TBT. Kind of get your mind right, getting right physically as well, to be able to compete in this thing. Even under unusual circumstances.
It definitely was difficult trying to find gyms to work out in, but at the beginning of this month, I just started running. I've been running like 2 or 3 miles daily just to try to get my body ready, get my body in shape. And I actually got a workout plan from Coach Fletch at Illinois earlier when the quarantine started. So I've been doing that. And, just trying to prepare mentally.
How does it feel to be able to kind of reunite with some former teammates, don the Illinois jersey again and represent the school you obviously care about so much?
I feel good. Feel great to be able to see the guys again, to be able to play with them again, to experience this tournament, especially right now, with everything going on. It's a great feeling to be able to have some joy, to have fun with some guys that I still stay in touch with, and I'm excited to be able to compete on ESPN again.
Question here from Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Leron. I guess just since you guys got on the court the last couple of days, what's that been like? Trying to you get back in sync with a couple of your former teammates and, getting, the other guys, mesh too?
I think that the chemistry is going to be there just because we didn't play together before, but also it's just a great group of guys that's on the team. I think we all got the same goal, obviously. We all want to win, so there's not many egos, not too many people trying to do more. We all accept that what we need to do to help each other win.
Malcolm said that he's changed a lot since his college days. Have you? I mean, basketball-wise, off-the-court-wise?
You said changed a lot?
Yeah, that's what Malcolm said he did.
I don't – since my last year in college, I think I'm the same person. I'm still strong in my faith. I still do the same things I used to do my last year. I stay in touch with close friends and family. And, I don't think I changed a whole bunch since my last year of college. Definitely since my freshman year. But I changed during my time at Illinois the most, I believe.
All right. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
Next question here from Scott Beatty. Go ahead, Scott.
Thanks. Hey, Leron, good to see you again. How do you prepare for your opponent or your opponents in this tournament? Is there scouting at all, or you just go out and play and see what happens?
Well, I mean, majority of the guys we see out here, we know or know of them. So we can, we scout, but we also, have an idea of who the players are. And it's easy to look up professional film on mostly anybody that's going to be in this tournament.
Scott, any other questions?
I'm good, thanks.
A question here from Gordon Voigt. Go ahead, Gordon.
So, Leron, Corey was super bummed he couldn't be on the team, but I know he's still a Memphis legend. Did you know about him growing up? Was he a big name in the Memphis scene?
Yeah, I had heard about him. I had never met him before, but, yeah, I definitely had heard about Corey before and what he did while he was in Memphis. I actually didn't know he went to Illinois until I committed to Illinois, but I had heard his name before when I was in the city.
All right, so follow-up question. Penny, you have to pencil in. Who are the other four people on the all-time five from Memphis?
Okay, Penny for sure. Thaddeus Young for sure. Joe Jackson went to White Station. Man. Chris Chiozza, I got to put Chris Chiozza on that list because that's my boy. And, I mean, he's doing big things right now. And last, I'll probably put Chris Jones.
You're not in the starting five? You can put yourself in. It's okay.
Nah. I mean, it's a lot of good players from Memphis. Actually, I think I would change Chris Jones for Octavius Ellis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gordon, any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yep, you got it. Question here from Gavin Good. Go ahead, Gavin. Oh, hold on, wrong person. 1 second. Gavin, go ahead.
Thanks. Hey, Leron. How do you think your game has developed in these last couple of years playing in Argentina and Brazil? And do you think it's significantly different than it was in your time at Illinois?
I just think my game has developed as far as my IQ. I think the game a lot more now. I'm able to read the defense, read the offense when I'm on defense. I wouldn't say my game has changed a whole bunch since my last year at Illinois, but I definitely would say my IQ has got better.
Cool. And then what is your favorite part about playing in South America?
Oh, the weather. Don't have to worry about winters.
Cool. Thanks, Leron.
I haven't experienced a winter since I left Illinois.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right. I see Scott's got his hand back up, so I'm going to see if he has one more question. Scott, do you have a question?
No, sorry, I forgot to lower my hand. Still learning.
No worries. Leron, any parting thoughts here before we let you go?
Man, I'm just excited and appreciative to have this opportunity, man. I'm thankful that LaTulip, Cam, and James picked me to be on the team, put this team together, man. I'm excited to get with the guys and play with the guys again. It'll be fun.
All right, Leron, thank you for your time. And Finke, you want to... Michael Finke joining us momentarily. All right, the floor is yours. Any sort of opening thoughts before we let people ask some questions?
Just really excited to get it going, to play again with a bunch of former teammates. Even Kyle Benalis, played with him in Estonia. Played against Dom one game when I was at GCU and stayed in contact since then. So just be able to get back out on the court with these guys and go out there and compete.
Question here from Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Michael. I'll ask Malcolm this, but what's your take on LaTulip as a coach?
I think Mike's done a great job really putting this all together. I've really got the right pieces that we really needed for this team from every different position, from the guys that are Illinois alumni and the guys that went to other schools but really fit the pieces well. And just in 2 practices we've had so far, he's really done a great job of just going out there and telling us what to do, but not micromanaging us, and just letting us have freedom to be able to play. And I think that's what you want in any coach. And Mike has a bright future in that if he wants to do that down the road.
So I guess since you played with Kyle in Estonia and played against Dom at least once, you might know those two maybe better than anybody else. What are they going to bring to this House of Paign team?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Dom, he's top 10 scorer of all time in NCAA. I mean, he's a true bucket getter and go out there and score at all different levels, inside, outside. He can do it all. And he's got a lot more mobile, too, since his college days. He's even playing some of the 3 this year out in Spain. So he really brings a lot to the table, and it's going to help us a ton out there. And Kyle, honestly, is arguably probably one of the best scorers I've ever played with. Can really attack off the dribble, step backs, fadeaways, and not just scoring, but he really gets his teammates involved. He's just so tough to guard because people want to lock in on him scoring, but he can go right around you, and he's going to find the open man. And just really gets your teammates involved, and it's a lot of fun to play with him because he's not just going to look for himself. He's going to do what he can to get the best shot for the team. So adding those 2 guys are huge. I never played with Billy Garrett before, but his resume speaks for himself with what he did to Paul, what he's done professionally too. So I think those 3 guys, on top of all the Illinois alumni, they help a ton.
Thanks, Mike.
Next question from Scott B. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Michael, good to see you. Has your experience professionally in kind of some different environments prepared you more for what will come in this tournament? Is there an element of kind of learning on the fly in this event because of quarantine and not facing opponents before?
Yeah, I think the more professional experience you have, the better when you're going into a tournament like this. I mean, just even for me with 1 year professional basketball, I'll be able to play in 2 different cities on 2 different teams and 2 different leagues. I mean, that just helps you prepare and learn different styles of play, and can really take that onto the court in this type of tournament where it's winner take all, you lose and you're done. And so it's a tournament that's a lot of fun. I played in it last year, and truthfully going into it, I didn't know how competitive it would really be. I thought it'd be more of guys going out there trying to get their points and not playing as good a defense, just really worried more about themselves, but I was totally wrong with how it is. It's really competitive out there. It's like NCAA tournament, NBA playoffs, whatever you want to call it. People are laying it all on the line because they want to get to that championship and then get that money. So it's it's a really fun tournament, and thankful to be a part of it.
How do you set your expectations as a team? What do you talk about? I obviously want to win it, but only one team's going to do it. What's your mindset about it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, the number one goal is to go out there and win. And I think we all believe that we can, and that's where our mindset's at with it right now. I mean, we're going to take it one game at a time, have War Tampa, the first game on the 4th. So that's the one we got circled right now, and just really focus on that and locking in on their personnel and really getting together with each other on the court and just getting our chemistry down. I mean, a lot of us have played together, obviously, so we have that down, but just to get back on the court together. And it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be challenging and something that I know we're all looking forward to. Just get out there and compete again. It's most of our seasons, probably all of our seasons got cut short because of COVID. So to be able to go out here and finally be back on the court and compete, it'll be a lot of fun. And I know we're all looking forward to it.
All right, next question here from Gordon Voigt. Go ahead, Gordon.
Miguel, good to see you. First question, can we see the ring, please?
Right there.
Second question, what are the different types of big men that you have on this team? Are you going to be able to play multiple? I mean, 3 bigs at once, 2 bigs? What are the ways that you could complement each other's skills?
I mean, I'm going to defer to LaTulip on that with the head coach doing the subbing and everything.
Come on, you can say something.
No, I think we have a lot of skill, like you said. A lot of guys that can stretch the floor. Obviously, Mike and me are pick and pop type bigs that can go from outside, but also long post, low post. We can go with that as well. But Mike's played the 3 some in Spain too, so maybe we'll sprinkle in some big lineups here and there, have them go to 3 and Nana, Leron, me, Leron, whatever it is. We can have a lot of size out on the court at a time. So it's I'm intrigued to see what Coach LaTulip puts out there for us and how we all gel together. But so far, the first 2 practices, things have been going really well. Really energized about it, and just got to keep it going.
All right, next question here from Nico. Go ahead, Nico.
Hey, Mike, I know when you and I had caught up, you kind of broke down some of the guys that you've had some previous experience playing with. Is there a guy who maybe now that you've been back to practice has really kind of surprised you and maybe where their game has developed since the last time you actually got to see them play in person?
No, honestly, I think everyone's really improved their game. Everyone's been working even with stuff that's going on with COVID. Everyone's been trying to get in the gym, do what they can to really better their skills. And just from the times when we were at Illinois, and it's been a couple of years for some of us, multiple years for others, that really had time to improve our skills and do what we can to get better. So I think everyone's kind of taking that next step and becoming a better player. So go out there and show it, and we can show the world how we've been playing.
All right, any final questions here for Michael before we let him go? Mike, any parting words here?
No, just thankful to be a part of it. Hope Illini Nation enjoy some basketball again and go put on the orange blue. Go Illini.
All right, thanks, man. We'll bring on Egwu shortly. All right, we're now joined by Nana Egwu. Nana, any opening thoughts before we open the floor for questions?
Yeah, it's been a good time right now, getting to know these guys and on the court. Just excited to finally get ready to play and show what we can do in this tournament.
Talk about the preparation, both from like a COVID side of things, but also a physical and mental side to prepare to play in this environment.
Well, it's definitely different than normal circumstances where most of us can really get on the court or really good at getting the basketball to really train. But I think it really it showed how dedicated we are in order to figure out ways where we can stay in condition, stay in shape, keep our skills refined. So it definitely created a way for us to get creative in certain things, whether it was in our whole houses, apartments, or wherever it was. So this element definitely changed this for us. But I think it really shows the dedication of the players on this team and their ability to stay in shape and just be prepared for this tournament.
To have the opportunity to represent Illinois and to play with some of your former teammates, how much does that mean to you?
Like those 4 years at Illinois were the best years of my life. So, and being in that locker room were great times. So it's been great to see the players that I played with and getting to know them again. It's been a few years since I've seen or talked to some of the players. So it's been a good time to be here and be with them. And now it's about getting on the court, get into a flow, get into a rhythm, getting used to knowing each other, and producing the best talent out there so that we can win this thing.
Question here from Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Scott.
And then I know you guys did kind of a lot of Zoom team meetings over the last month or two. How much did that help when you were able to actually get on the court the last couple of days? And did you feel like you were a little ahead, even though you guys hadn't really played together before?
Well, the great thing with this team, especially what Mike has done, is he's brought in players that know the game of basketball, really good IQ. So those Zoom meetings really helped in terms of being able for him just to really just go through the overview of certain things, whether it's systematic, certain plays, things like that. So we can get that picture in our head, and some of us a lot of us are really smart and able to just get that picture and kind of already gauge what we need to do on the court. So once we get on the court, we can just go off right there, where we don't have to stop every time and explain things to certain people. Every single player on this team just knows what they're doing. So Mike can just drop a play, tell us something to do, and we can just go out there and do it. And I think that was what he was envisioning when he was putting this team together, where we have players that's smart enough. Because 5 days, quite frankly, isn't the ideal amount of time to get prepared for a tournament like this. But when you have the players that we have, it makes it a lot easier, because we can just go out there and we can just play the game of basketball the way basketball's supposed to be played, and it just makes it a lot easier for us and each other.
So since Corey, wound up not being able to play, do you kind of take over that veteran role as being maybe the most experienced guy on this roster?
Well, I'm definitely up to the task, but I'm telling you, some of these players on the team, they've stepped up. They're the ones coming out and talking. They're the ones giving, showing, leading by example. And I had my first practice today. They practiced yesterday. I had my first practice today, and just watching them. I'm really excited to see what we can do, because it just seemed like, for whatever reason, it just seemed like we've been playing for a long time, and that just goes to the way Mike has combined this team and creating, bringing in the players that he's brought in. There's just a good mix and a good gel. And I'm definitely up to the task of being the leader of this team. But really, the way Hill has grown, the way Finke has grown, the way some of these players have grown, there's no really need for that, because we just look at each other and just go from there. Where there's no need for anyone to really be falling behind, because we're right there for each other.
All right. Thanks, Anna.
Question here from Gordon Voigt. Go ahead, Gordon.
So Nana, what for fans that haven't got a chance to see you play live, maybe even since your summer league days back, and I think that was 2016. What have you been up to the last couple of years, and how have you evolved as a player?
So 2 years ago, I was in Malaysia playing the ABL, and this year I was in Japan playing the B League. And I think the one thing I'll say in terms of my game is just I've definitely shot a lot more threes throughout the last few years than I have previously in my career. And that's just with the coaches I've had, it's just being able to telling me just to shoot the ball and getting those shots up, no matter if I go over 5, just to shoot them. And I think maybe where in the past, where if I shoot 1 and miss 1, or shoot 2 and miss 2, I'll just move on from there. and just start, doing other things to help the team get going and other things. But for now, it's just in the last years, it's just been just keep shooting them and just letting them and just get into rhythm as the game goes on. I think that'll be the one thing in particular I'll say the game changed. Everything else pretty much been the same in being able just to talk on the court, be a leader on defense and get the offense moving offensively.
And then, can you hear me? Oh, sorry. So do you have you talked to Matt Mooney about hating St. Pat's?
That might have got over my head. Is there anything
The
to
St.
that?
Ignatius, you guys have a mutual common enemy in St. Pat's. He went to Niles Notre Dame.
Okay.
I take that as a no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with on that. I can't even recall that.
All right. Well, unless we have any other questions here for Nana, we'll let him go. Nana, briefly, just kind of, first game on Saturday. Just talk about the matchup and just getting back on the court for what's probably the first time in 4 or 5 months.
Right. I mean, we've done a little bit of scouting, but we know this team. They're gonna be ready to go. I mean, they're gonna be ready to go, ready to win this thing. So we got to be up to the challenge. We can't come out, lazy. We can't come out nonchalant. We got to come out attacking because they're gonna come out attacking. So this game's gonna be a good one. But it's all about execution. It's all about how we execute on offense and how we execute on defense. I think that will be the prevailing theme of this game.
Any parting thoughts?
I mean, just to the Illinois fans out there, I know you guys were disappointed as long with the Illinois team this year and not being able to go to the tournament. And I truly believe that team was really good. That team was good enough to make the Final Four and make a run at it. But hopefully you guys can look at us and hopefully we can provide that same energy for you guys and to be able to advance deep in this tournament. And I hope we make you guys proud. Make you guys proud of how we play, and really represent the orange and blue once and for all.
All right, that will conclude Media Day for House of Paign. I'd like to thank the whole team for participating and you guys for coming out. An MP4 file of Media Day will be mailed out shortly. Thank you again, and more info soon.